can I help you?
I'm looking for Karen. Karen Hollins?
May I ask what it is about?
I'm in the right place then? She does work here?
Well, she does work here, but she's not working today. Can I take a message?
That would be... I haven't got a...
What, no Valerie?
Yeah, she's late. Oh, what beautiful flowers.
For you, my dear lady.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, just to create a more congenial atmosphere.
Oh, look, Mr. Bellamy. How thoughtful of Dr. Christoph to make the place more welcoming.
Very nice.
Just a small contribution.
Yes, well, I think you contribute more than enough. Do you not think, Mr. Bellamy?
Yes, I do. Could I trouble you for an envelope?
Yes, of course. There you go.
Thank you. You'll make sure that she gets it?
Yes, as soon as she returns, you have my word.
Hey.
That was a nice gesture. The flowers?
No problem. Everything all right?
Yes. Why'd you ask?
I don't know. Just seem a bit...
Unhappy. Also very busy.
I have some spare time on my hands today, so if you need any help with anything...
Well, that'd be greatly appreciated. I'll let you know. Close the door on your way out.
Well, you know you do not have to lock yourself away in the treatment room. You're more than welcome to use the staff room between patients.
I know.
We like our agency nurses to feel at home. I would hate you to feel isolated.
No, I don't. I'm very busy.
Miss Ashton.
Mrs. Tempe.
I just wanted to say how sorry I was to hear about your mother.
Stepmother.
Well, I know that you had been caring for her for a long time. It must be very difficult for you.
Casey Ford, if you could just follow me.
Mum, have you seen my mug? It's the one that says pigs will fly.
No. Do you not like our flowers? They make the reception look more welcoming.
The lilies? No. Well, not unless someone's died, in which case, you know, the older patients, they will love them.
No eye for beauty, that's his trouble.
Miss Pittman, you are late.
4 o'clock this morning I got to sleep. It's a flipping interview. I can't decide what to wear.
So you have decided to bring your entire wardrobe?
Go on, then. Get it off your chest.
Look, mate, I've got every sympathy, OK? Breakups are not very nice, but alienating people who care about you, great, that's really going to help, isn't it?
Thank you. That's really touching. Now leave me alone.
So you're with him?
Naive. He needs something to get her off his mind.
Like what?
I don't know, you got something he can do, a project or something?
What do you think?
About what?
Flaming June or Peach Passion?
Oh, the pink. Well, it's TV, isn't it? It's more glamorous.
Mr. Burns is more interested in what you can offer the community than your shade of lipstick.
I agree. This whole thing is getting out of hand.
Is that what you're wearing?
Karen!
Course was cancelled. Oh, hiya. Anna, isn't it? Back again.
Proverbial bad penny.
What course was that?
Interpersonal relations. I thought it was going to be dead boring, but the tutor's ex turned up, the Barney, and then she stormed out, left us sat there like lemons.
Oh, this is most unprofessional.
No, it was brilliant.
Why do I think I'm in some ghastly reality TV show?
No, a gentleman left this for you.
Oh, what sort of gentleman? Oh.
You're sure you do not want me to read it for you?
No, you're all right.
What about these? 2 flash?
If this is a lecture, forget it. I'm not in the mood.
Just give me a chance, I haven't said anything yet. I need need a favour.
Good luck with that.
It's a bit delicate. Can't tell anybody.
I haven't got anybody to tell, even if I wanted to.
Ran off.
From the ball. I hope you don't mind me contacting you at work. It's not ideal, I know, but it was the only lead I had.
Sorry, who are you again?
This is probably making no sense, is it? I'm useless over the phone. Look, it's better if I come over. Do you mind?
Well, come over. What for?
I know, it was just one night and it must seem like an awful cheat, but I'd really like to explain.
One night?
I'll get there as soon as I can.
I need some information, and I want you to help me get it.
What information?
It's a bit tricky, but I need to look at somebody's emails.
Why don't you just ask them?
Without them knowing.
Whose?
Frank's.
This is because of Emma.
It's got nothing to do with Emma. Look, I can't tell you the details, but I need to know who he's talking to and what he's talking about.
Let me just get this straight. You're asking me to spy on him.
I have my reasons.
Which are?
Fine. Fine. If you don't want to do it, then tell me how to do it and I'll do it myself.
Why are you even asking me? What, you think that I've got questionable morals?
No, of course not.
You think that I would get involved in something like this after the last time? You know what? I'm going to do you a favour. I'm going to pretend this conversation never took place.
It's vital, as we live in a disposable age, disposable culture.
Oh, that's lovely, Heston. I
Sorry.
really miss your bow ties.
I was just,
Yeah, I could see what you were just.
Valerie, I know that we're both rivals, but we don't want to show the surgery in a bad light. It's perfectly natural to be nervous.
Oh, you nervous?
I'm just excited.
Oh, right.
Oh, what about this? Are you worried it will clash with your tie?
No, not worried at all.
What if I've, and I can't remember?
No, it must be a misunderstanding.
Yeah, but the way he was talking about it was like it was a romantic thing. I'm going to check my diary, see if I've written anything down.
Oh, Mrs. Tenby, can you have a look at that,
Yes.
please? And that. They look chummy.
Oh, yes, well, it's nice to see her talking to somebody.
Nurse Ashton, isn't it? She's been here before.
Several times. Well, she very much keeps to herself.
Anna, hi. Everything okay?
Well, why wouldn't it be? Look,
I don't know what she's been saying, but I'm not falling apart. It seems I'm perfectly capable of doing my job. Okay?
These are out of date.
Hi, Ralph Wickham. Karen phoned. She's expecting me.
Oh, well, hello, I'm Karen.
Sorry, I'm looking for Karen Hollins.
In the flesh?
Oh, there must be a mistake. My Karen said she works in a GP practice in the area. I must have got the wrong one. You don't know of another Karen Hollins who works around here, perhaps in another practice?
No, just me. Could look a little less gutted.
I'm sorry. I've obviously made a mistake. I'll leave you in peace.
No, hang on a minute. You haven't got time for coffee, have you?
But you were supposed to be doing the stationery cupboard.
It's not going to go anywhere. And anyway, I'm not supposed to be here. You can't just breeze in here with a story like that and not tell me the rest.
Why not? Go on then.
2 ticks.
She was Cinderella. I was Heathcliff.
Not Prince Charming.
It was a literary theme. I guess she just liked fairy tales.
Was this a charity thing? A fancy dress ball? We were all invited.
You were there?
I don't think anybody went.
Actually, come to think of it, I did meet somebody else from the mill. Dr. Carter?
Heston, that's a fancy dress ball. What did he go as?
Dickens, I think. Maybe not. He was wearing ties. Couldn't quite make it out, to be honest.
Heston in tights. Have you got any photos?
No.
Oh, that's a shame. So tell me, what was your Karen like?
It's hard to describe, just something about her. know, from the moment we met, she was funny, clever, easy to talk to. The thing is, I get a bit nervous around women.
I find that hard to believe.
Well, it's true. I had a date in 10 years.
Seriously, 10 years?
Time's never right. Girls were still little. They're teenagers now, so they don't necessarily want their dad hanging around.
Yeah, I bet.
It was them who made me go to the ball in the first place. They even chose the costume. I must admit, the nerves kicked in, so I'd had a couple of drinks. Just Dutch courage.
Well, I'm sure you weren't the only one. I mean, the last one I went to, everybody was K-light by midnight. That's how they get you to spend stupid money at the auction.
Yeah, but I must have done something to upset her. Or else would she suddenly have made a bolt for the door? You know, we'd been talking for ages, and then all of a sudden, she just made a run for it.
It wasn't midnight, was it? Cinderella.
Oh. Although,
I was only joking.
in her hurry to leave, she dropped this.
Whoa.
I want you to be honest, of course.
Yeah, of course, Dr. Carter.
I'm afraid I may come across a bit too,
You to what?
public school.
Excuse me?
I may not exactly sound like a man of the people.
Who has been filling your head with this nonsense? Pittman.
Oh, are you a dark horse or what?
Sorry?
You didn't tell me you went to this fancy dress thing.
I wasn't aware you were organising my social calendar.
So come on then. It was Dickens, wasn't it?
Shakespeare, actually.
Come on, Heston, we don't want to be late.
You're not seriously taking that.
Your taxi's here.
Well, a gentleman would have offered to carry it for me.
Well, a lady wouldn't have brought it in the first place.
Good luck.
Don't do anything stupid.
Is this really necessary?
Of course it is. Don't mind him, it's not his normal shade.
Oh, you're remarkably relaxed for someone who's about to be grilled by a savvy political journalist.
Patrick Burns is a pussycat.
Ah, you obviously haven't seen him in action.
No, I know what you're trying to do and it's not going to work.
I'm not trying to do anything. Just don't think you're taking this seriously.
I'll have you know I'm taking this very seriously.
There must be something about this thing, because first the fake Karen drops it at the ball and then Ralph left it on the table.
Why didn't you go after him?
In these shoes. Anyway, I called him and he's popping in later.
And he really has no idea who this other Karen is. No. But seriously, though, if you think someone was going to impersonate somebody from the mill, you'd think that at least they'd choose somebody...
Somebody other than me.
Sorry. Oh. Where did you get that?
Long story.
Oh, it really is exquisite.
Can I see?
Anyway, enough about that. Tell me about Heston in tights.
Oh.
And that's something I would pay money to see.
Well, now, we will be recording shortly, so just relax, be yourselves, and pay no attention whatsoever to the cameras, OK?
What if we say something really idiotic?
That's what the edit's for.
Okay, recording in 5, 4, 3...
In this series of interviews, we're taking a closer look at candidates for the local council elections. Today, we're joined by Dr. Heston Carter and by Valerie Pittman.
Medical receptionist.
Both from the Mill Health Centre in Leatherbridge. Now, Dr. Carter, why exactly have you decided to stand?
Well, it's very easy for people to complain and do nothing, and I thought I should stand up and try and make a difference to local politics.
And Miss Pittman?
Well, listening to some politicians, even the local ones, it would seem that they don't actually live in the real world. So I'm doing this for people like me. Nobody listens to us. We don't have a voice anymore, and we should.
And with both of you running in these elections, what sorts of problems has this caused in the workplace?
None.
No, not really.
Where did you leave it?
Well, I don't know, but, well, Frank was looking at it when I had to go and answer the phone.
Oh, well, somebody must have put it somewhere safe.
What am I going to tell Ralph?
Who's Ralph?
He's the guy with the bread. Oh, keep up, Howard.
All right, well, who else was here?
Zara. And then Anna came in, but it was definitely from credit last.
Well, there's that new shopping mall, although I don't trust those barrier things. Every time I go underneath one, I always think it's going to come down on my roof. And that can be quite scary for some people. Old people especially. Not all old people, of course. Sorry, what was the question?
Well, let's face it, parking is a problem everywhere.
Parking. Yeah, that's right.
No, you've had your turn. It's my turn now. And I think an easier and less costly solution would be to give residents free parking permits.
That sounds expensive, I have to say.
Some shopping malls have free parking.
But surely you'd have to make economies in the budget elsewhere, I imagine.
Well, we could restrict the parking permits to certain times, maybe first thing in the morning and late in the afternoon, when the shops are less busy.
Well, that wouldn't work. Would it?
And that would increase the local economy and mitigate the effects of out-of-town shopping malls.
Sorry. Sorry.
Interesting idea.
Well, if you'd like my opinion, I think...
Sorry, Valerie. I think we've had quite enough of that. Thank you very much indeed. We really will have to edit this down, so let's move on.
I know I must have sounded off my rocker.
Spying on colleagues, hacking into emails. Makes you think that?
Just hear me out. Frank is spying for Gary Lucas and is going all out to discredit this practice.
What?
Look at everything that's gone wrong. The rat in the water tank, the accusations of discrimination, leaks to the press.
You're saying all of that was Frank?
I know it.
So sack him.
That's not enough. I need to blow him out of the water, but I don't have any evidence.
You need evidence. You've got no proof.
Yeah, but I've got instinct. Come on, Al. Just think about it. What if I'm right? What if I'm right, eh? Who do you think shop need for the press?
Of course, the real issues are often masked by assumptions. I mean, people assume their assumptions are, in fact, facts.
Eh?
That's all very well, but...
When, in fact, they're not facts. They're not facts at all. They're actually a false reality.
What's your point?
Local jobs?
Well, what I'm saying is that people should face facts and not go with their first initial emotional response.
You're saying there are sufficient jobs out there, are you?
No, what I'm saying is I think there are certain jobs that employers are finding difficult to fill. Sorry?
Have you heard of 0 hours contracts?
Well, of course, I'm a doctor.
Exactly.
What's that supposed to mean?
I've worked on those contracts. Never knowing where your next shift's coming from. Worrying how you're going to pay the bills if it doesn't. You have absolutely no idea what normal people go through.
I am a normal person.
When was the last time you struggled to pay for a fish supper?
What's a fish supper?
And on that bombshell, we are running a little bit short of time, so I'm going to ask you to explain why the voters should vote for you in one sentence, if you don't mind.
I am a normal person, and I think it's about time that somebody stood up for the everyday things that matter to us.
And Dr. Carter, why should people vote for you?
Well, I want to put something back into the community, and I think that local politicians are the backbone of that community. And, you know, normal is one thing, but I think this job requires exceptional.
Exceptional? You're saying that's you, are you?
Well, not necessarily. I think you need a certain level of education.
You're saying you're cleverer than the competition?
No, I'm not saying that, but I think common sense is one thing. But you need to be able to grasp complex issues.
Well, I am going to have to stop you there because we're out of time. So thank you for being with us. We'll have more of these candidates in these elections, same time, same place tomorrow. Until then, from all of us here, goodbye.
Oh, what's up with you?
Mrs. Temby, she's just doing my head in. What's wrong with you?
Oh, I don't know what I'm going to tell this guy.
Guy?
It's the guy with the bracelet. You're kidding me!
No, it's not what you're thinking.
Oh, now where has that been hiding?
Karen.
Ralph.
That's Karen. My Karen.
Karen?
I could easily hack into his email. What about his phone? Text messages.
Can you do that?
You're serious?
No, I was thinking, maybe I could distract him, get him out of the surgery for a bit, How long would you need?
What makes you think I would go anywhere near this?
But I thought...
Yeah, you thought that I was an idiot. You'd throw me a few bones and let me get on with it.
Oh, I
You
did.
sanctimonious git. After what happened with Dr. Keller, where you hung me out to dry, you suspended me for doing exactly the same thing. You want to stick someone up, you do your own dirty work.
Mrs. Temby's loving this. Interfering old cow.
What is it with you two?
Oh, she just pushes my buttons the wrong ways. It's like my stepmother did. Anyway, look, I'm sorry I dragged you into this.
I'm more interested in why you dragged me into all this.
Your name was on the invitation that I found in the bin.
You say you took my invitation. Why did you have to pretend to be me?
Well, if I'd been myself, I never would have got past hello with Ralph, let alone anything else. Look at you. You're confident, you're extrovert, you talk for England. I'm not like that. I'm just not. And then when Heston turned up, I saw him, I just panicked. I ran and I feel awful. Do you think you could explain to Ralph?
Well, that might be a bit tricky. When you ran off the last time, he said to tell you that he got the message, and he's gone.
Well, well, that's it then, isn't it? You know, problem solved.
Ta-da! Well, don't keep us in suspense. What did you think?
About what?
You're kidding, right?
Oh, your interview thing. How did it go?
You didn't watch it?
What, none of you?
Sorry. We forgot. I'm sure we can find it on here somewhere. We could watch it all together.
What's that about?
This is good of you.
Don't make stupid mistakes. That's my Rob. No, don't. Don't ask.
It's like she's this blinking great shadow hanging over me.
We're talking about your stepmom.
See, my dad made me promise I'd look after her, and I did. For 5 long years. But, I mean, she's been dead now for, what, 6 weeks? But just everywhere I look, I just see that look. Anyway, I think Mrs. Temby's good at the non-verbals. Glynis was a master.
What's that saying? You can't get on with the next chapter of your life if you keep rereading the last one. It's not about Glynis. Glynis is gone. You got to get out there. You know, make a life for yourself.
Well, I am trying. I mean, well, there was Larry.
Larry?
Larry, the lorry driver, who was masquerading as an airline pilot. The closest he'd ever even been to a plane was on the M1 past Donington.
Oh, well, they do say if you fall off your bike.
Well, it was a horse.
Didn't have no horses down my street. See, it doesn't have to be about a bloke, but if you want one, Ralph, it's a pretty good bet. And at least you give it a go, even if it doesn't work out.
What, better to have loved and lost?
No, Larry was a prat. I'm saying that you might have to kiss a few frogs before you find your prince.
So which do we think Ralph is? Oh, well, guess we'll never know now.
May I join you?
He's not here to see me.
It's okay.
Well, I'm not promising anything.
I'm not asking for anything except a coffee.
I'll, you know...
Ah.
It was a dodgy link, and it just needed a new clasp.
Hello. I'm Anna.
Ralph Wickham. Pleased to meet you.
Of course, the real issues are often masked by assumptions. I mean, people assume their assumptions are in fact facts, when in
Brevity,
fact
Heston, brevity.
they're not facts.
I don't understand. Did you forget that you were on TV?
I was trying to give a full explanation of my position.
You were waffling.
Have you heard of 0 hours contracts?
Well, of course, I'm a doctor.
Exactly.
What's that supposed to mean?
I've worked on those contracts. Never knowing where your next shift's coming from. Worrying how you're going to pay the bills if it doesn't. You have absolutely no idea.
And
what
you
people go through. I
no,
am a
what?
normal person.
You held your ground. Good for you.
Really? They've missed out my best bits.
Oh, shh.
I'm going to ask you to explain why the voters should vote for you in one sentence, if you don't mind.
He's got the measure of you.
I am a normal person. And I think it's about time that somebody stood up for the everyday things that matter to us.
And Dr. Carter, why should people vote for you?
Well, I want to put something back into the community, and I think that local politicians are the backbone of that community. And, you know, normal is one thing, but I think this job requires exceptional.
Exceptional? You're saying that's you, are you?
Well, not necessarily. I think you need a certain level of education.
You're saying you're cleverer than the competition?
No, I'm not saying that, but I think common sense is one thing. But you need to be able to grasp complex issues.
The words shovel and hole come to mind. You did all right, though.
You really think so?
Surprisingly, I thought it was going to be a complete train wreck.
Whereas I was the only one who left the rails.
I wouldn't worry, Heston. Any damages to the practice reputation's probably limited.
Howard, you have my deepest apology.
I'm not getting hot your term, I just want to talk.
You broke my nose? What kind of person does that?
Miss Moneypenny, take me to your leader.
I think he's been sprinkling something on his cornflakes.
Are you joking?
Dude, I look like I'm joking, Tam.
Put the bunny back in the box.
I didn't touch him. An innocent person doesn't go around punching people.
You're a liar! I know you've been seeing someone!
I haven't.
Mark Williams with his quiz show hat on at 3.